it's been a while since I did a life update, so I thought that's what I would do today, and just let you guys know some of the things that are going on, some huge changes since I did one, and some huge changes since my last vlogs even. Yeah, it's all coming out today, and it's not only a way of telling, you know, my friends and family what's going on, but it's also a way for me to express my feelings, and also for me to be able to look back one day and say, you were in this place then, but you're not now. So yeah, I'm gonna just try and be as honest as I can, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, first up, I am no longer working in retail. In fact, I'm not working at all. So a while back I went from casual to permanent, and that was amazing. It was like so much job stability, and I loved the people I was working with, and I loved my job. I loved selling jewelry, and it was just such a sparkly, pretty place to be every day. But I wanted to be closer to home, and so I applied for a couple of things and actually got the second job that I went for. Now that was a shock to me, because it was like, well, hey, guess 8 months of real experience can get you a job just like that. And then 3.5 weeks into that, I had to quit. So currently I am not working. I'm not allowed to work, and I feel bad because when I was working, I knew I could provide for my mother and, if need be, my father. And now I feel like I have reverted because I'm, you know, depending on mummy, basically. And I'm so grateful to have a roof over my head, but it's just been really hard. I had 3 medical incidents happen in the first kind of couple of weeks of my job. Now I had like half a week of like perfection, bliss, honeymoon period, and then I was walking along, and my job, my second job was like online shopper, so you know, online orders, kind of what I was doing in the retail store but on a larger scale, and I thought that was fine. And then one day I didn't see where I was going, and my trolley knocked into a prawn trolley, and next thing you know, I couldn't feel my toe, I couldn't bend, and I had to get into the like lower lockers, because it was part of my job, is loading them for people to collect their orders, and it really slowed me down, like physically. And so I went to the doctor that night, and no one was available, so I had to come back the next morning, and turned out that I had severely sprained my toe, so much so that they actually thought it was broken, but the radiologist couldn't find any sort of evidence, but they still treated it the same as a broken toe. So that was the first thing. And then the week after that, I was running behind on my orders, and I thought something's not right, and lo and behold, all of a sudden I cannot move my leg at all. My left leg from the hip down was totally paralyzed. It was so scary, and I thought, I have to know what's going on. So I'd just taken the rest of the week off from hurting my toe, and that was like my first or second day back. And then of course then I had to take the rest of the week off, because doctors, they like to give you time off to rest. So I'd gone back, and the doctor was like, well, I think you've got some sort of infection in your body, so I'll give you some antibiotics and see if that clears it up. And it didn't, but I didn't really know what was going on at the time. So I went back like a day or two later, obsessive, you know, saw a different doctor, and he goes, based on the fact that you've had chronic pain for at least 9 months, and you know, the pain you're describing, you've got pressure, burning, stabbing, I think you've got fibromyalgia. I'm like, finally, an answer that explains so much of what I'd been experiencing. And then I went back again, and the next day something happened to me that has never happened in my entire 25 years. I fainted. I fainted in the storeroom, and it wasn't one of those like dramatic fall down and crack your head open sort of faints. It was just like a I don't know where I am sort of faint. But they were like, you know, you don't look so well, go home. And I walked out and never came back, except to pick up my things from my locker and return my uniform, because the doctor that had seen me for the faint thought it was my heart, and so referred me to cardiology. And I went back the next day as well, because, you know, I just wanted a second opinion, and that doctor agreed and wrote me a letter saying it is not safe for Elizabeth to work until she's seen a cardiologist. And so that was that. I handed my notice with immediate effect and have been resting and waiting since then. But then saga's not over, because my heart rate starts going funny again. And, you know, I've had 9 years of like nothing going wrong with my heart, you know. I got back on track. I don't even know how or why, but suddenly I have problems again, and you know, my heart's racing, it's exacerbating my asthma, and almost once a day, nearly every day, it's been dropping to 40. If I was an athlete, that would be kind of normal, but I'm not an athlete, and you know, I've had previous cardiac issues, so I thought, well, it's good I'm on the wait list. And then the other day, 3 days, experienced like really severe chest pain, and couldn't breathe properly, was dizzy every time I moved, and the worst of the nights, every time my heart beat, it felt like it was stabbing. So that was really, really scary, and after 3 days it still hadn't gone away, so I went to the doctor, and of course if you have chest pain you get straight through to the nurse, you know, don't even need to wait in the waiting room sort of thing. And I had an ECG and my troponin levels tested, which were normal, so was my ECG, which was frustrating, but she said, you know, because this is happening every day, you know, your heart rate's feeling irregular, etc., I'm gonna re-refer you. So hopefully cardiology will see me. Well, when I was first referred in July, it was a 20-week wait, and I don't know how long it's been now, like 16 weeks, so sometime, anytime soon would be great. And then of course, because of having textbook fibromyalgia symptoms, rheumatology was like, yep, we don't need to see you, we agree that's what's wrong with you, and we're going to refer you to the pain clinic, and that's a 31-week wait. So I am basically in a waiting period and in a heck of a lot of pain. For those of you who don't know, the official definition of fibromyalgia is a chronic, long-lasting disorder that causes pain and tenderness throughout the body, as well as fatigue and trouble sleeping. It is like 99% likely I have that, and there's a good chance that it contributed to the pain in my chest, but I am on the cardiology list for a reason, and I know I will get that appointment. But you know, it really affects your mental health, not knowing what's going on, and you know, when's my appointment? Is this normal? Is this normal? Is this part of fibro? Is it something else? You know, all my other like autoimmune markers are normal, including my thyroid. Like what's normal? Is this my new normal, or is this something more serious? You know, like these are the questions that rotate through my head on a daily basis and keep me up at night. So I've been sleeping a little bit better this week, but you know, like when you have things on your mind, you have things on your mind, and sometimes it affects your sleep. So that's what's been going on there. relationships wise, I've kind of just been focusing on my health. I'm in a relationship with my health, and I'm trying to get better. You know, when I quit my job, everyone was like, you know, never apologize for taking care of your health. Your health comes first, and yeah, it does. So if I happen to meet some amazing young guy along the way, well, that's great. But in the meantime, I need to get better. I need to fill my time with things that are easy on my body. So no more woodwork. Maybe making bookmarks or writing. If you guys got ideas, let me know. And just being patient and loving on mum while I have this chance to rest. So that is my life update for the most part. Also, I'm recovering from an ankle and shoulder sprain and potential rib fracture again on the other side. Same spot, different side, as January. I tripped over a rock in my pursuit of trying to get a lamb to eat from my hand like all the kids were happening. So I did get a really cute clip of a lamb eating grass out of my hand, which will be going in the farm update vlog, because of course a couple of weeks before that we'd gone to the farm and had a look at all the animals. That was one of the best moments of my life, and I couldn't believe I'd tripped over a rock. Like, Liz, where are your eyes? But I blame the grass for being long. But it seems to have healed up, and I don't seem to need physio. And I know all the ankle physio exercises anyway, so I'll just, you know, grab my resistance band from somewhere in my gym cupboard there and strengthen it up. Okay, now that's the life update done.